Hey, there is always more than one way to play something. Here's Warren Zevon's Werewolves of London. It's a 3-chord song, okay? It's D, it's C, G. Repeat as necessary. That's the entire song. But you're hearing this in there on the piano. That's cool. One shape. Drag it back. Drag it back. It's one shape, add the pinky here and there. But then there's a way to combine those two items. If I get this guy, if I went, say, D, have it all in one. So let's talk about all 3 ways. Depending on where you are in your guitar journey, you may just want to stick with straight D, C, G. You may want to take the high part. I'll put in a looper D, C, and G. This is the BeatBuddy drum machine you're hearing as always from Singular Sound. Happily to be affiliated with them, and the AEROS Looper. I'm just going to put D, C, and G in there. So if you have a playing partner, you could simulate this. If I go D, 2, 3, 4, D, C, G, D, C. Now here's the high part over top of that. Both at once. So let's go through all of that together, and again, you decide which route you want to take. So if you're just starting out, D, C, and G, if those chords are giving you problems, you probably just want to focus on D, C, and G. If you're feeling like, hey, you want to get up the neck a little bit and play the high part, that's really, really cool. And then try to combine the two. And we'll talk about each of those. Hey, but glad to have you back. Shane here from Guitar at Work. Welcome back. Thanks for all your comments, suggestions, and subscribing. The thumbs up have meant the world here in YouTube land. I appreciate that. So hit that bell notification, all that good YouTube stuff, and subscribe. I've got sheets for you as always. If you head to patreon.com/guitar@work, there are 3 sheets for this one. There's 2 song sheets and a details sheet that's going to be talking about our main riff and all of that as well. Patreon, it does not have to be a lifelong commitment. Basically, head in there. There's a ton of songs I put up there, so you can play along with the sheets, all these songs that we've been doing. So I'm getting great feedback. So go and grab those sheets at patreon.com/guitar@work. And again, happily affiliated with Singular Sound, the BeatBuddy drum machine. I absolutely love it. You'll see links in the description to get that. Go grab your own. It helps to support the channel. I appreciate it. And also the AEROS Looper. Looping is a huge practice tool. It's huge. It's like having somebody else with you. And I love the AEROS Looper for that. Got a big graphic screen. So go grab that. Now we're looking at D. I'm just going to like straight up first. Here's a D chord. Everybody knows that, I think. If not, you'll see a picture of it on your sheet. There's a D. And here comes a C. Garden variety C. Nothing crazy there. Now G, you've got a couple of choices. I've written in a couple of shapes. I run to this G. I call that the big kid's G. You don't have to. If you're used to this G, that's fine too. So you decide. G. So I end up with D, C, and back to G. That's it. Now, when chords are bracketed, at least on my charts anyway, it means they get 2 beats. So that would be D and C are bracketed together. That's 2 beats each. So it'll be this D, 1, 2. Here comes C, 3, 4, that's 2 beats each, and then G gets 4 because it's not bracketed. 1, 2, 3. It's the same as Sweet Home Alabama, as you probably noticed. You can do a little medley there, I'm sure. Here's D, 2 beats, C, and back to G. 1, 2. That's it. That's all there is to that. So that would be your, I'll call it your Campfire version. Let's do a full-length play-along toward the end of the video at real speed. It comes in at 104 beats a minute. I don't need to. I don't feel the need to slow that down because again, the chord shapes are pretty easy. And you decide: are you just going to play the chords? Or are you going to try to get some of this other magic in there? So that's your D, C, G. Now, what are these shapes up here? You're going to see on your details sheet. Excuse me, right here. You're going to see main riff higher written. Main riff higher. I'm going to take an F chord here. I'm going to take this F chord. And don't worry if the high string is dead. If you're struggling with F and that high string is dead, that's a good thing in this case. So it's something we don't work toward, but hey, if that's happening, I'm going to take that F chord, I'm going to drag it way up here until my first finger is on the 10th fret. 10th fret. And again, it doesn't matter if my thinnest string is dead. Okay, so it ended up with that. That's an F shape on the 10th fret, makes it a D chord. Don't struggle to, you don't need to know that right there, just know where it is. 10th fret, watch out. There you go. And I'm going to put my pinky right here on the 12th fret of the B string. So I'm going to hold that shape, pinky on the 12th fret of the B string. And now if your pinky's not working properly, my guess is that your thumb is over. If your thumb is over like that, you're doomed. doomed. Doomed, because your pinky will just not stretch. I have really long fingers, and if I have my thumb over, I can't get that pinky to work. Yeah, you could work toward it, you might get it here and there, but a better technique would be to have that wrist down. Bring that wrist down like that. Pinky goes to the 12th fret of the B. I'll just give it a strum, and I'm going to take my pinky off. And that's your riff. Again, pinky on, pinky off. I'm going to do it 2 frets lower. You'll see 8, 9, and 10 written. Then 10, 9, 8. We go read your tab there. I think I called that out improperly, so I'm going to go up to here. I'm on 12, 11, 12. So there's that shape. Pinky on, pinky off. Down 2 frets, exactly the same move. That's your C. And then way down to your first finger is on the 3rd fret. That's a G. And then pinky on, pinky off. Let's go and do that again. Here's a 10th fret. Down to the 8th fret, pinky on, pinky off, and here comes your G, on, and on now. So a couple more of those slowly. Here it is, 3, main riff, higher. Down to the 8th, good, and G, 3rd fret. There you go. So that, you may have to stop tape and work on that. The hardest thing maybe about moving, if you're pressing really hard and you move a shape, maybe your fingers won't all move the same distance, and that's a problem. So just be conscious of how hard you're pressing. The tendency is to crush it. You don't have to crush it. A little bit of pull from that left shoulder will lighten things up to get. Yeah, so you don't have to crush it for sure. Now that wouldn't really stand on its own if you were just one guitar player. I don't think I'd be going and between D, maybe once in a while throw it in if you're just one person. But we want to be able to play the chords and the melody. So that's what we're seeing here. The main riff with everything combined. I'm going to take a D chord. Now we have to kind of mess with the chord shape. I'm going to take a D. I'm going to remove my middle finger. I'm going to remove my middle finger. Here's your D. And we are in the 2nd line of that details page there. Here's your D chord. Off comes the middle, like that. Just so my pinky works a bit better. I'm going to put my pinky now on the 4th fret of the G. Pinky back to D, D, middle finger off, and pinky to the 4th fret of the G. Again, if your pinky doesn't stretch that far, your thumb's up like that, you're doomed. So get him down like that. You come in from underneath the guitar, and that'll lengthen your pinky, or allow you to use the length you already have. So here's pinky on, and I'm just going to play the D, G, and B strings as the tab suggests there on your sheet. I'm going to go, and I'm going to take my pinky off. And I'm only playing the D, G, and B strings. If I overshoot, it's not great, right? That's going to happen for sure. Just keep right on going. As soon as you play that next strum, pretty much things are forgiven at that point. So here's my D. Remove the middle finger. Pinky goes on the 4th fret of that G, and I'm going to play 3 strings, D, G, and B. Good, that's your D portion. Here's a C, your regular C. I'm going to land on them like that. Now I'm going to take my first finger off of there. I'm going to put them on the 2nd fret of the G. Just like that. That's crowded. Does not feel natural at all, but this is the riff. And just going to play the A, D, and G strings. And then I'm going to go back to a regular C. That's it. So first finger does the work there. Here's my C shape. Going to move my first finger over to the 2nd fret of that G. And then to a regular C. I didn't do that very well. Let's do it again. So C, first finger moves, 2nd fret of the G. That's better. And then here's a regular C. You don't have to put that finger back. Your first finger back doesn't have to go back, but it means if I overshoot without the first finger on, I'm going to end up with that major 7th. Sounds a little too jazzy sounding for this particular piece anyway. So it just means I'm only playing 3 strings with the right hand, but it allows me a little margin for error there. So going to the top here, main riff with everything combined. Here's a D minus the middle. Pinky goes there. There's a C. First finger over to the 2nd fret of the G, to a regular C. That's the one, and here's your G coming. 2 strums. Now my middle finger, in my case, because of the way I'm fingering the G, you'll have to use different fingers if you're fingering your G differently. That's 2 G's strummed. And I'm cutting that strum a bit so I don't hit all 6 strings. Now middle finger is going to come down to the D string, to the 2nd fret, and then he goes back. So here we go, G, 2 strums, middle finger in my case goes down to that D string, 2nd fret. Now when you do that, the A string is muted, and that's a good thing. My ring finger is killing that A string like that, so because he would be a bum note for sure. Here's G again. Move that middle. That's it. Here's from the D slowly, and not in real time yet. C, G. That's the way. Let's do it one more time for good luck. Here's D, pinky on. C, G. And don't worry about the little fills you might be hearing, because right there, these are the attacks that you're getting. Da, 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 da. Those are the significant rhythmic events, I'll call it. And then you have to scrub things a little bit. Da, da, chicka, chicka, da, da, chicka, chicka, da, da. You can find that comes pretty quickly. But if you're struggling with the movement in your left hand, then this guy is going to get all tangled up. So don't reach for the chicka chickas too quickly, meaning this. Da, da, chicka, 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 chicka. To fill things in. Just get this first, the foundation, and then, okay. Get that first, and then this guy will open up. But if you're having to think about that, this guy doesn't know what to do. At the very end of that, you'll see bracketed. There's a great little piano thing in this. He goes. How does that come in? That's the 3rd fret. Hammering, you'll see a little H written over top with a slur marker. Hammering the open A string to the 2nd fret of the A string. There you go. So I got rid of my ring finger too, because he tends to get in the way. If your hammer is not as loud as you want it to be, give it time. You just have to be really sure-footed. Give it a good wallop with your right hand and finish it up with a D string open. Now what is that in context? Here it is. It just happens right before it repeats. Again, with those little chicka chickas in there to fill things up. If you're one person, you gotta fill that time, but don't reach for that right away. Hey, and that's it. So how about this? Let's do a play along at full speed, 104 beats per minute. How did I know it's 104 beats per minute? Singular Sound, guys that make the BeatBuddy and the Aeros Looper, which I love and I'm proudly affiliated with. There's something called a song matching tool. If you go to singularsound.com, their website, singularsound.com, go to the BeatBuddy menu, pull that down, and then you'll see a song matching tool. Pull that up. I typed in Werewolves of London. It told me it is use pop 12. Use the drum pattern that comes with your BeatBuddy. Use pop 12, and it tells you the tempo, which is 104 beats per minute. It sounds more like 100 beats per minute when I hear it on the record, but it's okay. They put 104. It's a small difference. No worries there. So yeah, pop 12 is the pattern you want. There's a couple of thousand songs that they put up there like that. So it comes pre-installed in your BeatBuddy. You don't have to do anything to get that going. And then just dial up the tempo, just a little knob. So 104 beats per minute. I don't feel the need to slow it down because it is so straight ahead. Now you choose if you're going to go D, C, G, or you're going to try the main riff. I'm going to go back and forth between either just straight D, C, and G, and sometimes I'll put that in as well. I'll try to speak out the lyrics or groan them out here and there as best I can. And the big thing about play-alongs, as I keep saying, is your recovery skills. So you're going to miss something. Suppose it's D, C, and G. You don't even need, you just stare at your guitar the whole time. D, C, and G. And if you miss something, make sure you can get back in. Just wait for the next round. D, C, G. Wait for the next round. The important thing is you keep on going. You do something, okay? That's the one. So what am I forgetting? Okay, the BeatBuddy is at 104 beats per minute, the pop 12. And again, grab a BeatBuddy. You'll see the links in the description below. It is way more fun than a metronome. It is so good for you musically. It comes with, I don't know how many hundreds of beats. It's just fantastic. And you can add stuff along the way on the BeatBuddy. If you use the promo code GAW10, that's Guitar at Work 10, GAW10, it gets you 10% off and helps to support this channel. I really appreciate it. So many of you have got them and we're communicating by email. I really, really appreciate that. Go get your sheets from patreon.com/guitar@work, and I'll put the looper on. Actually, I'll put this on here. I'm just going to go back. The Aeros Looper is fantastic. Enjoy that for sure. And we'll just get her going. And here it comes. 1, 2, 3, D, 4 of them. It's your intro. Go to your one more. Verse. D saw werewolf with Chinese menus hand. C, G, 3, D, Next verse coming, D. Here we go, D, C, G, D, C. Better not let him in. D coming. Little old lady got mutilated later last. There we go, D coming out. C, G. Chorus, D, C. Werewolves of London. There we go, D coming out. C, G. There's a D coming. C, G. D, C, G. Now instrumental guitar solo, D, C. I'll just play normal chords, G, D, C, G, D. One more to go here on the instrumental, D, G. Next verse, D. He's the hairy-headed gent, G. Ran amok in Kent. D. Lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. D. C. G. Rip your lungs out, Jim. And D. C. G. Like to meet his Taylor at a chorus scroll. And D. C. G. That's D. C. G. 2, 3. D. There's it. One more. C, G. Next verse, D. Be nice and quiet. So like Shaney walking with the Queen. D. Doing the Werewolves of London. C, G. D. C. Werewolves of London. Good. D. C. Drinking a pina colada, Trader Vic's, D coming. C, his hair was perfect. Now last chorus, D, go. C, G, D coming. That's it. All the way home, go D. C, G. I'll go normal chords now, D, C, G, 2, 3, 4, 1, C, G, I'll stop it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, good. I hope you did well with that. That's quick enough, eh? To keep it going. Don't struggle to get the same rhythm I'm doing in there. I'm improvising it here and there, and you're one person with a guitar, and he's got a whole band going, right? So at first, this would be fine. D, D, C, G. If chords are new to you or strumming is new to you, that's the value. Don't go for all that funky stuff, right? Because that's going to come. As soon as your left hand is feeling so good about those chords, this guy starts to open up a bit. It starts to feel more musical because the mind is not in there, right? So, hey, that is always fun. Again, I highly recommend the BeatBuddy and the Aeros Looper from Singular Sound. It's like having a jamming buddy or two. Really, really great. They work independently as well, but if you plug them together, being the same company, they plug in. BeatBuddy plugs into the Looper, and they can talk to each other. And I press go on the BeatBuddy, and the Looper records it if I want and plays it right back. It's just incredible. A really great setup. So thank you, guys at Singular Sound, for treating me the way you do. I appreciate it. Hey, and welcome and thank you. Thumbs up have meant the world. Head to patreon.com/guitarwork. Grab your sheets and many, many others up there and do some play-alongs with me. Always fun. Always happy to hear from you. Hit that subscribe button and the notification. I appreciate the thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again soon. Let's bring it on in. 1, 2, 3, 4.